What's up, guys? Pepper Spiky here, bringing you more tech and stuff. I haven't done something for Law in a while, so I suppose I will do something for him, since I wasn't entirely too happy with the way my Law tutorial came out, in terms of usefulness, because I did mess up in terms of frame data, and I didn't think I explained really how useful some of his moves are and his playstyle, but that's beside the point, because that is in the past, and no way to change that, obviously. So, today we're gonna do something a little bit different, but still useful nonetheless, is, we're gonna go through a character's, command list. Like, one thing I see in a lot of people's tutorials, or, a lot of people ask, is that, what about this move, what about that move, and people will talk about, like, top 15 moves of a character, and then they don't talk about the rest of its, you know, a character's, 100+ moveset. And, it's not that it's a bad thing, because there are some characters that literally, this is their only, like, they only have 10 good moves, but those 10 good moves are actually really scary. But some characters have underrated moves, because, you know, there are, like, two certain philosophies to approaching move lists in Tekken, or playing a character, is that you either use all the generic tools that everybody has, like, okay, like you want to use Law's down forward 2, his low pokes, his mid pokes, his whiff punisher, which, what is it, 3+4? 3+4 and back 2-2, like that, and back 3 is his homing move, his hop kick, and his slide and wall standing 2 mix-up. And that's the only thing you should use about Law ever. Like, that's a classic, like, top 10 move list for a character. And there are some people who believe that, well, I don't have Lay on me, but that you should use every move, or at least trying to find a way to use every move in the move list, even if it's not as good as, say, down forward 1, Law's down forward 1, or down back 3, or up forward 2, I mean down forward 2, whatever. Certain people have that philosophy, and I'm akin to both, depends on what characters I play. I'm actually, I lean more towards the, you should learn, use all the moves, and well, you should at least, you know, find a way to use all the moves in a character's move list. So we're gonna go through the move list, and I'll talk about how useful I think each move is, and its purpose, whatever. Aris did something similar to this in his Wang tutorial, and I'm basically stealing his idea. No copyright there, I forgot his last name, it's some really long name, or something. Anyways, that's enough talking about Aris, because today we're gonna do that for, Law. So, first move on the move list is drinking water. Okay. First move on his move list is, Machine Gun Arrow. Hold on a second. Close my sandwich bag. So it doesn't get aired out, whatever. Okay, so, Machine Gun Arrow. 1, 1, 1, 1, 3, 5 times, whatever. Only the first 2 hits are natural. Oops. Wait a second, I think I don't know. Okay, yeah, there we go. Something was weird there. Anyways, only the first 2 hits are natural, 19, and the rest is only guaranteed on counter hit. And Law's jabs, I guess they're okay, because he kind of pushes himself forward, but the way he punches with his arm, it's really short. It's kind of like he just slaps them, not really a punch, it's kind of a slap. Like, his 2 is more of a punch, but this is more like a slapping punch, so it's like, and doesn't really have that much range, so this is not really, like, one of his best counter hit options. It does pretty decent damage, though. Yeah, 28, oh, actually, no, that's not that much. 28 for 4 hits, yeah, the scaling, yeah, that's not, there's nothing too crazy about this. It is safe, but it's all high, and only the first 2 hits jail, but the rest of them don't. So, they can duck at any time and down jab you, or wall standing 2 if they're Law. So it's kind of risky, but it's all part, like, this 1-1-1 thing is the full version of his 1-2 combination custom stringing, which is like 1-1-1-1-4 2-2-2, and then there's like 4-2-2 in 1-1-1 string, or like 1-2 1-2-4 2-2-2, or like 1-1-1-1-2-3. So it's like 1-1-1-2-3, which is part of his like regular 1-2-3, and was like 1-2-2, which has no use, but whatever. So yeah, like this 1-1-1 has all those different custom strings in it, but even though some of them are mid, like the second hit of 4-2-4-2 or 1-2-3, like they're not really Well, I mean, like, out of 1-1-1, they're not that useful, because 1-1-1, like, maybe you'll hit them once, like, they'll duck and they won't punish in time, and then you'll get them with the 2-3. But, I mean, that's one tiny hit, and it doesn't even do that much, I think. 13, that's not that much. I counter hit, well, wall splat, but that's not something you're going to do. You're not going to be spamming machine gun arrow at the wall, really. You could even, like, match combo, like, do this. Oops. And that'll actually work, but that's not exactly practical at all, so no really reason to use machine gun arrow. I don't think it's that good. 1-2. Alright, 1-2 is a pretty good move. It's his third option, I guess, to his... I mean, it's not really a good 10-frame Punisher, because you can just do 1-1-2, which is the same thing as 1-2, I believe, but it has the 1 extension to it, so it has additional damage. So it's -1 on block. Oops. I think I'm doing an extra 1 in there. Anyways, 1-2, -1 on block. It is plus 6 on hit, so that's good. And you get a free mix-up afterwards, whatever you want to do. 1-2 is always a good option. So 1-2, solid. As the extension, 1-2-3, which is also very good on counter hit, all guaranteed. You stop doing ab cruncher, please. There we go. I'm always doing ab cruncher. 33, really good damage. Not exactly a Punisher, block Punisher, but it is a good whiff Punisher. I mean, not really good with Punisher, but it is good for getting those counter hits, because at the wall, 1-2-3 is a safe option to get that wall splat if they're, you know, really pressured, and they'll accidentally press the button, and then, you know, wall splat for free. And even if it's block, it's fine, because it's -9, so you're completely safe. Because it's -9, I wouldn't exactly do anything afterwards of a block. I mean, I would just take the negative line, and just keep it at that. It also moves Law really close, so that's a really good thing, part of it, because, you know, Law likes being really close, in my opinion, anyways. Because, in my opinion, the optimal range for Law is really close. About as close as you can be. Maybe, actually, about here, because that way he has a little bit more knockback for wall standing, too. But, yeah. Actually, I would say, like, the tip range of, down forward 1 is probably Law's best optimal range. Anyways, okay, 1-2-2, this string is balls. Because, I mean, it is guaranteed on counter hit, but why would you want to do 1-2-2 when you just do 1-2-3? It's pretty much better, because 1-2-2 isn't a high, so it can't be ducked. Actually, I don't even know if that jails, because I never used that. No, it doesn't even jail. Probably get a right. That looks like it's really bad on recovery too. Let me see. Wow, and it counts as a punish you. Yeah, that's not good. So 1-2-2, no really reason to use this at all. This move is kind of balls. It sucks. It pretty much sucks. Left right Dragon Fist. No reason to use this over 1-2-3 really. Because it doesn't really do anything. It's just an additional attack that, even on hit, I don't think it does that much. Yeah, 13. This is probably like 15 on counter hit. Oops. Yeah, it's the same damage as 1-2-3, I think, actually. Yeah, it's about the same damage, but still 1-2-3 is just better because it's a mid. I think that they intended this to, like, you scare people with this, so that way they'll block, they'll start ducking, and then you do 1-2-3. But this is the unsafe option. I don't know why you would want to keep doing this. I mean, but whatever, I guess, I don't know. Because they'll duck, I guess. I don't know if they're doing this. Maybe you get that wall splat, but I still wouldn't recommend it because, yeah, it's just, I don't think that gimmick is worth it, to be honest. I don't even know, what is that? Block. Let's see, negative, it's safe, but it's still, you can still duck this. You can still duck it. I suppose it's the built-in mix-up to 1-2-3, but still, I don't think there's really a reason to use 1-2-2. Okay, so, we got the 1-2-4-2-2 string. Okay, so, this is basically 1-2 and then into 2-4-2. 2-4-2-2. So, it's pretty much just 1-2, so I'll talk about the 4-2-2 extension. This string is really good for pressuring people, like just delaying it in their face like that, or just doing like this. Because it is like -8, -9-ish, so it's safe. You can DSS it, but DSSing it is unsafe. It's back forward. It's a little bit less negative, but all the options out of DSS except for I think Tsubaki parry. I think yeah, it's not gonna be. Well, actually, you know, let me test this out. Maybe you can get this. Hold on. Let me try that. No, I don't think so. No, that's too slow. Let me just try the Tsubaki parry move. Yeah, even that's too slow. Yeah, so there's no really point to DSS that move at all, really, then. This is safe, -8, so it's a good... Oh, I got the command list. Oh, never mind. It also bounce, so you can just do, like, well, you have to delay it if you want the second hit to hit, I guess, you know, like a low combo string. But it does bound. Not really that useful for bounding. There's not really reasons to use to bound it, except maybe in like you float someone out of like a jump attack or something. Like that's the time you want to use this string. It has the mix-up, which is 4-2-2 1+2, because this is a lot of damage. I think it's 30 something. Oops. 35, because on counter hit, the second hit is guaranteed. I mean, the last 2 hits. So, you could do it. If you, as soon as you hit this, I would just do 1+2, even though this is unsafe. You do get a wall splat at the wall, if this works. And for some reason, today is not a good day to key charge. I don't know why. Let's get rid of the wall. Oh, and then he sidestepped left, the bastard. There you go, wall splat right there. For a wall combo. But, it's not really the best option as opposed to 1-2-3 or whatever to use at the wall. But, regardless, this is a good string to tempt people to press buttons because it's super delayable. And the last hit is safe, so they'll try to avoid that by ducking. So, they can, you know, get them with 1+2. I suppose you could say the same thing of 1-2-2, but 1-2-3 is just so much better than 1-2-2. Because 4-2-2 1+2 is really unsafe, but 1-2-3 is safe, is completely safe. So there's no reason to throw out 1-2-2 because this move is safe. It's also good for a wall carry, like that. You could add that at the end of this, like that, but this is kind of hard because you have to dash jab both hits. This is gonna take me years. There you go. So like that, you can get a wall carry like that. That's not exactly the best option to wall carry, but it does give a significant amount of wall carry. Because it is kind of hard because you do have to dash the 2, because you basically do 2-4 1+2, 2-4-2 1+2 instead of 1-2. So or 4-2. You can do 4-2 4-2 4-2 1+2. You can do that as well. It is an option if you want to wall carry. It's an option, but it may not be the best option for you. You could also use this string, which we'll talk about later. Also, the 1+2 version is -13. I do believe. Yep, -13. Okay. Alright. 1-2 somersault feint. Okay, so 1-2 somersault feint. It's not what it's named. It's not really a trick. Like, as in, you would think it looks like flip kick, but it doesn't really. It's kind of obvious to tell that it's not flip kick. But there is use to this move. It is a good string, in my opinion. You can do a fake flip by itself by doing a 4-3, and do 4 out of it. The fake flip you can do up. You You can do forward, you can do back, whatever you want, and it does have a low crush. So what the mix-up here is because up 4-3-4 is a launcher, the 4 out of the fake flip kick. It's a clean launcher, 22 starting. Oops. Yeah, whatever you want to do, up 4-3, it's a clean launcher, it's a little side bufferable. Oh, that was a bit weird. Oh. It is not giving me the move I want. Well, you're gonna have to imagine that that's possible, because for some reason my hands aren't working. Anyways, let's talk about the move. Up 4-3, has the 4 in it, and has a lot of knockback, and it's safe on block. I'm not exactly sure how safe. Let me just look this up. -9, okay, this move is -9 with pushback, so it is very safe. But, there is a mix-up to this. Oh, for whatever reason, you can DSS it too. No really reason to do it, but it's there. The mix-up to this is if you don't do the kick, you end up in full crouch if you hold down, down. Oh, never mind, it's natural. Yeah, you're naturally in full crouch after this move. But you hold down to stay in full crouch anyways. So, you do that, and then you do slide. So it's a low-mid launcher mix-up. It's really good. It's kind of like a really devious mix-up too, because what you can do is you can go in full crouch, and then if they're fast enough, they can react that, oh, he didn't do the kick, it must be a slide, I better get ready to block low, and then all of a sudden, wall standing 2, and then, you know, you ruin their game plan, and, you know, things are going well for you. So, that's really good right there, the mix-up right there of a 4-3. Problem is, though, you can be floated out of it, because you're jumping and not doing anything, so it is kind of risky. But it's not really block risky, it's risky on their reaction, and in case you do like the slide mix up here, they could just hop kick you anytime they wanted to. So, you know, you need to be quick about the mix up. Whatever you want to do there. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, so that's the fake flip for you. Also, it's pretty good. It's also a really good, easy way to learn slide because it puts you in full crouch right away. So you can do up 4-3 or up back there or whatever, and then you can just buffer the slide input. So you do like blah 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 and then slide. Slide. Oops. So 2-2 Rage Dragon combo. This string is really good. I like this string. -3 on the last hit, so it's very safe. And if you hold down, you go into full crouch. So for whatever reason they do not want to retaliate, you can go for a mix up for the full crouch. The full crouch law mix up. So 2-2. By itself is Law's 10. One of Law's best 10-frame punishers, as opposed to 1-1-2, which is his damage option +6, whatever. There's also 2-2, which is +7 and leaves him back turned. It's on block. It's -4. Both hits jail. Second, it's an elbow, so it's unparryable. For whatever reason that you went into a parry with that. But it's good. Leaves him back turn for a mix-up, and if you block, you can sway away to prevent yourself from getting attacked. And because Law sway away, he has really good wall standing and full crouch options that go really far. You do like a wall standing 4, wall standing 1. Again, to those later, but basically if the enemy tries to retaliate and you whiff their attack, or crush it rather by ducking with the sway away, you can do some kind of retaliation like a wall standing 2 or slide or whatever. Or you can even go riskier by doing a down 3, but that's later. Okay, so Rage Dragon combo, other than 2-2, as I talked about already, it's a good same frame punisher, and a general way to get into back turn. +7, if I didn't mention that already. Whole string itself moves Law really close, as you can see. It moved him right closer to Law B. And first 2 hits, jail, third hit does not. Last hit's a mid, so they can't duck that one. And on a counter hit, that's a launcher. By itself. On regular hit, on a counter hit, but the third hit hits, it's just a knockdown. Oops. It has to be the third hit that counter hits. Yeah, it's just a knockdown. Still 40 damage, that's pretty good. And this is all guaranteed on back turn as well. 58, that's pretty good. the last hit is -3, and yeah, like I said, go down. But I wouldn't really do the full crouch mix-up because of how risky it is, because you are, you know, negative, so I wouldn't really go for it. 1 second, I'm getting some FPS lag here. I need to restart the recording. Ooh, we're still getting the lag. Anyways, we are back. So that's Rage Dragon combo for you. They can duck the third hit, and they can down jab you, whatever you want. Let's see how much you can get out of that with the time allotted. Oops. Yeah, it's really close because of the government command list there. Because of the mid, if you do, because you can delay this string, but if they don't delay it at all, they can't get much out of the high crush punish if all they have is a down jab. I do think Law can actually get. Oops, why is that not working? Yeah, I can get down 2-3, so that's pretty dangerous. If they have something other than a down jab, that's a really dangerous counter hit, high crush option, just like Law, like Wang or something. Okay, so that's Rage Dragon combo for you. Does not bound for some reason the last hit, but it is what it is. Solid string. Also, moves Law close, if I didn't mention that already. Okay. Feint, high kick, and feint kick. This is basically 3-3 and 3-4. 3-4 is gonna be his 12 frame Punisher. It's really good. It's 43. Has pretty decent range. If you press forward during forward 3-4, he does a little hop forward, and it's a bit slower. It comes out at 15 frames, but it does more damage. So this could be used for range punishing at 15 frames because hop kick or down 4-2 will not reach. Forward 3-4 will reach. And it's good damage, 43 or 48. So good damage. It's natural combo, but it's not really a good, useful neutral game tool because, well, first of all, it's double high, so it does not jail. It does not jail either, I mean. Other than it not jailing, it has a long whiff window, and you can easily get whatever you want if you duck it, so you're pretty much effed. So, and the 3 itself does not really have that good range. Like, as you can see right here, it's this pretty much a kick range right here. For a kick, that's pretty crap compared to Wall's Magic 4. 3 is... it's a little bit of the same range, but, I mean, it's such a high... Look how high his kick goes. I think it would be really easy to high crush this move. So, not exactly the best move you want to use. 3-3, I think this move kind of sucks. It's supposed to be an option just in case people are gonna duck 3-4, but because 3-4 doesn't really have any real value in neutral game, really. I mean, it is a natural combo, but it's not like something there's no reason to do it. There's no reason to do it because it's not a poke. It's kind of just pitching for the counter hit, and they can duck it, so it's unsafe. So, in case you're trying to bait that, you could do 3, then 3-3, but 3-3, well, it's counter at 28, but it's not that much damage, really. The damage is not worth the risk putting into it, so it's like a high risk, high risk, medium reward kind of thing, like 3-3, so I wouldn't really do it. It's not even a natural combo, and block, it's -14. Law does kind of, bounce himself back, but I still don't think it's that safe. That'll get him, man. Oops. That'll get him. Oh, that didn't get him. That'll get him too. So it's still not that safe. There's no really reason to use it. So I wouldn't really recommend using 3-3 that much. It's not that good. Even on counter hit, it leaves that butt stomp. It leaves that butt stun. It's not really. You can't do anything after it because Law. He bounces back even on counter hit, so nothing you can do about it, really. Also, this 3-4 does wall smack, so if you block 12 frame at the wall, you can get a wall smack on. Okay, moving on. Oh, if you see like this, like watch this. So you can see I'm still doing damage to the enemy wall, even though he's blocking. It's because for some reason I have chip damage turned on. I think I was trying to speed through Ghost Battle or something. But that damage is irrelevant. It's immediately getting healed by the practice mode, and you're not going to see chip damage in real games anyway, so don't worry about that. 3-4-3. This move is really good. Okay, so 4-3. Shout Spin Kicks 4-3 is going to be his 11 frame Punisher, which is good because it's better than most characters' 11 frame Punisher, because most characters have to resort to using their 10 frame punish because their 11 frame is kind of crappy. Like, it's just a 4. But Law has this extension to his 4, which is 4-3-4, 4, which, not natural. Whole thing is, on counter hit, the whole thing is confirmed because it launches them, because that's a magic 4 property. And if you use the 1-4, it launches them for an easy combo, which can get a lot of damage. And good wall pair as well. 4-3, it's negative 14 on block, but the really good thing about this is because it is one of the best moves to use DSS out of. This is both good for combos, like doing something like this. Yeah, something like that. You want to get that. Sometimes at the end of the combos you can do that. You can also do this at the wall. I mean, it leads to a lot of wall damage, but it's really hard to time. Like, they have to be... Like, this move pretty much has to be, like, the first thing to hit them, and it has to be a perfect DSS on the wall to get that. That's beside the point, because if you, on block, if you DSS this back forward, it has the potential to be, at perfect DSS, 4-3 DSS is +7. And then, the worst it can be if you DSS it is -6, if it's, like, the slowest DSS. So, it's still safe, but you can get interrupted because people do have... it does tempt people to push buttons here because they did block a string that looks like it's punishable. And then you can do a DSS mix-up for interrupt or whatever. You can do the 4-3-4, the whole thing. There's no reason to use the last hit, but unlike 3-3 or 3-4 in neutral, it's not. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing because by itself the whole thing is safe because even if you don't DSS it, because 4-3 by itself is -14, but no one cares about that because everyone just DSSs it. The only reason you don't DSS it, I think, is when you whiff it, because then that just leaves you vulnerable longer. 4-3-4, I mean, it kind of like if people are experienced with Law, that's the reason you want to use 4-3-4, because a lot of people will have like an anti-DSS setup that'll beat out DSS options, so you can do the 4-3-4, so that will mess up their game plan. Like, oh, I got hit by another hit, like what happened? And then you DSS, and then you threw them off their game plan, and you just ruined their stuff, and now the match is in your favor. Whatever we want to do there. It does not jail, even though it looks like it does. This is not jail. It's the reason a lot of people unlucky is because it's hard to react to, because it's a very fast move. It comes out 11 frames, and it's natural combo. So on block, you can duck it. You can duck the second 2 hits, but it's kind of hard because it's very hard to react to in a natural match. But because it's all high, you can get like a wall standing 2 or something like that. Unless they DSS it really fast and they do like a forward 1. Which could be bad news. Okay, so that's 4-3. It's a really good move too, and it's kind of like a poke. Like you do tempt them to press buttons here, throwing it around the open, and just do that because you can't get those DSS interrupts there. And you can put them in more plus frames by doing DSS mix-ups, but that's whatever. But that's a tale for another time. So that's Shadow Spin Kicks for you. Good move. Just remember, it is people can catch on to it and they can down jab it. Okay, so crescent kick combo. This 4-up-3. This is the only flip kick that's like really safe. Because this one is I think it's like +1. I think. Yeah, it's like neutral. It's pretty much neutral. This move. And you can DSS it too. You can do like a punch parry. Because most people, like a good player will know that all flip kicks are launch punishable. All of them, I think, except for this one. Oops. So all of them except for this one are launch punishable, so they'll immediately try to react to it. So what you can do is like try to jab them out of the air, or you can just DSS them, because no one's going to be thinking to use a really fast move to interrupt this, because, you know, it's a flip kick, and most people think flip kicks are made unsafe. So, yeah. Except for this one. This is the only one that's not unsafe. It's not guaranteed on counter hit, though. I mean, on regular hit. And there's no reason really to use it. I mean, there's another one of those moves that's like there's no reason to use it, but it does have that built-in setup, so that's really good. Well, no reason to use it neutral, but it's really good for combos, since it's primarily Law's first option after launch, like this or this. Or, you know, whatever you want, double flip. Well, actually, except for a flip kick. That's the only one you don't want to use after a flip kick. That's what you want to do while standing for. Okay, Ab Cruncher. So, Ab Cruncher is pretty good. It's this 14 frame Punisher. 34, goes really far. And, the kicks hit really low, so it can be good for, hitting low characters. It does wall splat as well. So that's good. It is strictly -10, and when I mean strictly, I mean like it's barely -10. Like you have to be really on point to punish this because of how it's very close to being -9. It's like negative 9.99 frames or whatever you want to calculate that as. So it's also I find it really good as a whiff punisher, especially because it goes really far out. So. It does kind of have a big whiff window, so it is kind of risky, but it is one of Law's potential whiff punishers. Poison Arrow. How do you combo off this with Law? I suppose you do that. But Poison Arrow. There's no reason to use this move either in neutral. It's not that it's bad. It's okay. It's just because it does leave a full combo. Sweet jump darted. Oops. Oh, you can do that too. Ooh. Well, maybe that'll work in training, but I'll practice that later. But anyways, Poison Arrow, mid launcher, leaves a launcher on counter hit. I mean a regular hit, and it's a lot of damage, 29. It's kind of like a weird animation. I think it's supposed to be a 1-inch punch, so it kind of looks like he's just like grasping them, but I suppose it's like a 1-inch punch. So on block, I think it has pushback. Call. Not that much pushback. I think it used to have more, but I don't think so. Forward. Yeah. Oh, this is really bad on block. Okay, I didn't know how bad it was on block. It's really bad on block. 1 second to move some things. There we go. Anyway, this is really bad on block. So you don't really want to use this. Actually, let me see if I can really punch this. Oops. Well, that's good pushback. Well, except for that. It does have good pushback. That's good, because Law's down 4-2 is not going to reach it, so... Yeah, it has good pushback, so you're pretty safe, but still, you're susceptible to something really damaging like Law's range punisher, which is, what's it called? Forward 3, 4. Oh, it's not even that's gonna reach. Unless... Yeah, not even that's gonna reach. Well, that's one factor too low though. Yeah, that's what it was for. Yep. So no reason to use that move really. You can use it in DSS. I mean somebody will get hit by it, but once again there's no really reason to use it. It's not a bad move, but it's no reason to use it. You can use it in DSS as well. It's a really good interrupter. It's kind of slow. It comes out at like 20 frames, but I mean, if it lands, it's a combo. So, but it doesn't have that good range either. So, that's poison arrow for you. Brave War combo. I talked about this already. This is 4-2-2-2. Same thing. 4-2-1+2. Dragon Hammer. This is another good move. Okay, Dragon Hammer is going to be his primary wall bounding move. Let me get over there. So you do that, you do 4-2, and it's only one hit, so it doesn't scale the combo. And it pretty much almost always hits the wall, because it hits so low to the ground. So Dragon Hammer leaves in full crouch if you hold down, and it leaves in full crouch naturally, I think? No, it doesn't. But if you hold down, it does. Yep. And it is +1 on block, so you cannot retaliate at all. Let me show something like that. So try to jab punish him, boom, I got body, right there. Free, really strong launcher, because wall standing 4-3 is probably Law's strongest launcher outside of Fake Step 2. But, anyways, Dragon Hammer, +1 and leaves them in full crouch, so they can't do anything about it. They're either gonna have to sidestep or just block. So, it's a really good move in opponents to make you respect you. It's just a really good move in general. It doesn't really have that much good range. Like, it's kind of short, and it's kind of slow. But when you do land it, you can get whatever you want. And especially if they don't know about it, you can get that free, while standing 4-3. Which is kind of risky, but still. Most people's incentive to block a slow move like this is to, retaliate. Probably some mouse cursor, get rid of that. Next, Dragon Killer. What's that? Oh, new move. Okay, this move is a new move in Tekken Tag 2. Dragon Killer is 4-4. What's the frames on this move? -2. Okay. So, move is -2 on block, plus on hit it's +7 and leaves him in crouch. So, really good move in general. It's fast, hits grounded. It looks like a very punch move because of how awkward an animation this is. But you could easily just like do a wall down 2 for a counter hit, like a risky down 2-3 setup. Or if they try something slow, you can do a counter hit 4 or whatever you want. This Dragon Kill is a really good move in general. It's just frustrating because it's -2, so you can even sidestep and do whatever you want there. So, and it's also very good for grounded situation. How much it'll hit on the floor, I do not know. Let's see. Oops. 20, yeah, that's 20. That's much better than down 4-3. Yep. That was the same thing, too. Wow, that's the same thing as how 4-3 was for. Yeah. Okay, damn, then. Yeah, Dragon Killer is a really good move for Oki. I knew this move was good for Oki, but I didn't know how good it was. Holy crap. Yeah, this move's really great for Oki then, because it's basically, it replaces down back 3, because now, because this move always hits grounded, and does 20 damage, it makes flawless Oki much better, essentially. And of course, it's a good move in neutral because how much how safe it is, etc. Step in combo. This one's kind of. This string is kind of scrubby. The bad kind of scrubby. Hold on a second. Let me extend my string. Because well, first it's negative. Really bad on block. First one's -12. The second one's like -13, I think. But it doesn't matter because they can low parry it. Actually, let me test that right now. Yeah, -13 at least. Yeah, -13. It's low, mid, low, high. And it's not even a natural combo. The whole thing won't hit if they can block it correctly. I think actually. Yeah, the second hit's guaranteed. If the second hit hits and the third one's guaranteed, is why most people have problems. Well, like a lot of new people online have problems dealing with this move because how strong it is when all 3 hits connect. It's kind of slow though, so it's kind of It doesn't really have crazy range. I suppose it has okay range, but still, it's not even good as a poke because it's unsafe. So it's not good really. And there's an extension to this, which is down 4-3-3-4, which is a flip kick. This is just in case they want to duck the last hit because they know it's a high. But if you're ducking that last hit, you might as well parry the low. So this mix-up kind of not that good. And even so, the flip kick I think will automatically whiff. Oh, never mind. No, I guess not a lot. But even if it's a low, this is really only built in for getting them if they're ducking. But still, it's easy to react to because of how slow the flip kick comes out. And in either way, the flip kick is launch punishable, so it's still not, still not good. So I wouldn't really recommend using these moves. I used to think this, it could be a potential good poke, but because of its frames, it's not really good. Oops. 1 second. Oops. Yeah, and it's even negative on hit too. Yep. This is just not a good string. And it's been with Law since the beginning, I think. Since like Tekken 2, I think. Okay, right middle kick. This move is pretty good. It's not used that much because it's basically wall standing forward but slower. This comes out at 13 frames. It's a counter hit launcher. Really strong damage afterwards. Oops. Oh, why isn't it hitting? Yeah, they hit it higher. Maybe that doesn't work on this one. Works on wall standing 4 right now. Oops, way too long. That is really strange. I'm gonna be closer. There we go. For some reason that was not hitting before. I'm gonna try it down 4-4. Too close to the ground. Weird. That extension must not work with down 4-4 then. Anyways, about the move. This move, down 4-4, -8, so it's safe. It does have really good range. So it's a front kick, but it's -8, so not really good as a poke, but you can catch field because you hardly ever see this, and a lot of people forget that as an extension once it's a flip kick, and it does lead to a very strong combo, which I'll just do the easy version right now. Right there, 93 without the tag assault, that's really strong. And you can tag this. Oops. Oops. Yeah, but I'm set up. Anyways, so down 4-4, it's a pretty decent move. I guess it could be good for pushing for those counter hits because it is 13 frames, so it's pretty fast. But it's kind of risky because the flip kick is, of course, launch punishable. I suppose though, if you want a safer option, you could just do the Magic 4. Do the Magic 4 combo, which not as much damage, but it's still pretty good damage. It's still decent damage. So yeah, that's down 4-4-3. Okay, so Banana Peel. This move, it's kind of underrated, but there's a reason it's not used that much. It's because there's kind of meh range as opposed to down back 3. It does high crush and it does mid crush somewhat, but Banana Peel, it's a low poke, not much damage. 13, that's not good damage really. Yeah, it's not that good damage really compared to its other tools, and it's really slow. Even though the frame, oh never mind, no actually no. But yeah, the frame data tells me it comes out at 13 frames. No, yeah, it comes out at 13. No, it comes out at 18 frames. Sorry, it comes out at 18 frames, so it's really slow. Not that much range. You are +4 on hit, but you're in full crouch, and it does space you and the opponent really far. So there's no really advantage. You might as well just take the down 3+4 I mean the +4 and, you know, roll with it, but I thought this could be a good round ender, but its crappy range kind of leaves it out of high level play a little. I suppose throwing it out once is really good because the animation is very easy to recognize because it looks like nothing else in the game, I suppose. Because Law falls back on his back. So yeah, no really reason to use that move, I think. I mean, it's a low poke, but he has better low pokes, and on block it's launch punishable. So low backhand. This move is pretty good. On counter hit, it does leave a lot of damage, and you do get a lot of plus frames after the knockdown. You can't combo, but you can get an OP. I mean, like, you can run into them and start the pressure once again. It's only guaranteed on counter hit, and, let's see. It's -11, the second hit. First hit is -13, but, it's a good low poke because of how awkward the animation looks. It's very hard to see, in my opinion. So, and it has pretty decent range. Well, I guess not that decent, but it's okay. It's really good for round ending because it doesn't look like it's, you know, because most people associate low pokes with kicks, so a low punch is really something that throws people off their game. And at least you full couch if you want to do like wall swing 4 or like yeah, like that or whatever, or 1-2 or something like that. And I think this wall splats. I think. Yep, that's pretty good damage, dude. Okay, so that's that for you. It's pretty good. It's just one of Law's slower but hard to recognize low pokes. What is this? Oh, is this the infamous down 2-3? This is the infamous down 2-3. What is that called? Body blow to dragon lift. Okay, so down 2-3. Down 2-3 is it's unsafe. It's like -17, so it's not punishable as heck. But it is a very good move. I mean, I don't want to say it's a good move because it's very risky, but it's like a high risk, high reward move because it's very easy to counter hit with this move because it's 10 frames. Well, not really 10 frames. It comes out like 11-ish because it's not a true down jab. Like a true down jab is this, but this is like a 2 down jab. So it's kind of like 10, 11-ish, but it comes out really fast, and all you need to do the counter hit is to crush high speed. So it's really easy to get that counter hit, and it leads to a lot of damage. Because the second hit, even though it's not a flip kick, it's essentially the same thing as a flip kick. Oops. Yeah, wall carry, that was 123, so yeah. You can definitely say, I can say that the risk is worth the reward, but you remember that you don't want to throw this move out a lot because of how dangerously unsafe it is, and it doesn't have good tracking at all. So, not good decision. It has its uses, really. It has its uses. This is kind of like a panic move, really, because I mean you want to. Like they do a jab, and then oh shit, down 2-3, like right there, like beat every option possible and do it down to 3 because it'll beat mids because it's fast, it'll crush highs, and the only thing it'll beat by is if they block, and then you're completely F because it's launch punishable. But that is what it is. That's down 2-3 for you. Very risky, but at the same time, when it does land, you are rewarded a lot for it. Dragon low kick. This is part of down 3-3. Okay, the down 3-3 dragon low kick to hook kick. This move is it's seen better days. It's a low kick that's 10 damage. It has good range, like, even all the way out here, it'll still hit. Even all the way out there. Well, not out there, okay. It's even farther than the down back 3. Okay, well, it's a little bit less range than down back 3. At the tip. They're pretty much the same. But it isn't. This one's negative on hit. It's like -2, I think. The second hit is safe. It has, what is it? Well, let me see. It's -7. I thought it was like plus. Actually, I thought it was like neutral, but it is a high 2. So if they just duck the second hit, you're kind of F tier because it's one of those moves with a long, high how this calls it high recovery window. So you are really F tier. Can't do much about that, unfortunately. On counter, this is guaranteed, and knocks him down. 34, pretty decent. This also does pick up on Oki if they try to get a kick. Let me see if I can try that. Yeah, right there picks up, but you can't really get much. It's only 13 damage. There are much better options like forward, 4-3. Oops, where did I go? I went all the way to Cloud Gates. Holy crap! Cloud Gates is not for a while. There we go. Yeah, you can do that, and that's a much better option. Anyways, Construct. So that's down through 3. I don't think this move is that good. I mean, actually, I think it's good for ending rounds because most people are used to seeing down back 3 or down 4-3, and it does have the same range as down back 3 pretty much, and so I do think it has a potential for being a round ender. So it's not entirely useless, but it is not one of Law's better low pokes. Construct. This move is semi-good and semi-bad at the same time. But it's Law's second best low poke compared to down back 3. Construct kick, down 4-3. It has not that great range because he uses his left kick, his right leg, which is behind it, so he has to cross his other leg, so it doesn't have that much great range. Well, actually has better range than I thought. Well, no, it's because Law steps forward, that's why. Still, I think down back 3 has the best range, right? Yeah, down back 3 still has the best range. So down 4-3, natural combo, 22 damage. Really annoying because it's a really hard to recognize animation because most of like low pokes in this game were done with the 3 button because most characters stand with their left foot first. So, that means that they're used to seeing this leg come first and poke him in the leg. But because down 4-3 is the right kick, it tricks him because of how like devious it is, because it crosses over his other leg, so it's hard to see because it's just a confusing animation. Really, it's so tiny, it's so subtle. It's really good because it does 22. That's pretty decent damage, about the same as down back 3, a little bit more. Probably, yeah, it's his strongest low poke. So it's neutral on hit, but the problem is here, though, is if you decide to use down 4-3 as your low poke, both of you are forcibly spaced apart. So that's why it's neutral, because it basically resets the status quo. It resets you back to a faraway position. And in my opinion, Law is better close. So this might not be a good decision to use, even though it potentially could be free damage because it's down 4-3. It is low high though, so it is bad if they just block the second hit. Oops. Yep, it's really bad. Can I even get flip kicks? Ooh, you can even get that. Yeah, it's really bad. It's potentially very risky if they block it. So be careful with it. Don't throw it out too much. It doesn't have as good range as down back 3, but it does. It is Law's, in my opinion, Law's second best low poke. Okay, DSS. Okay, so DSS moves. All right, so okay, DSS 1 is let's see, DSS 1. Well, he has something that mid kick. So the DSS 1 has its follow-up DSS 1 forward 1 and DSS 1 forward. This is a mix-up in itself because if they get blocked by it, they're potentially in a bad situation because, well, let me just show it on block actually. On hit, you already saw it. It's 35 to 33, 35-33 I think combo. Oh, why isn't it getting up? So on block, it does sleeve this knockback, but it's not block stun, as in you can get punished if they just block that. But what you can do is do the forward 1 or the forward 4.
as fast as possible, and you can leave them in block stun. Because even though forward 1, it has additional knockback, than the regular version, which is DSS forward 1. If you do 1 forward 1, even though it's negative 14, it has knockback, so it's pretty safe. It's not safe to everybody, but it's pretty safe for most characters. And then there is the 1, and then Dragonflight. So Dragonflight is plus like a billion. It's like plus 9 or some plus 8-ish, I think. Let me check this out. It's like negative. It's basically all you need to know is that it's super plus. Not plus to the point where you'll get guaranteed stuff, but if it hits anyways, it's a lot of damage anyways. But anyways, if you manage to get a block legend kick, you can basically do any mix-up you want, because it leaves Claw as close as possible, and you can do like a down back 3, or like a down forward 1, 3, 2. So yeah, you can do that, or down 4, 3, or like back 4, back 3 mix-up. So you can do anything you want after block legend kick, which is the goal of the forward 1. That's what you want. You don't want really, like, even if you hit with that, that's fine, but what you really want is to get them to get blocked by that or get hit by legend kick, because of how close it is for a free mix-up. On hit, though, it's a lot of damage. 36 and 33. Yep, 33. If you hit the 1, neither option wall splats, but if you do the move by itself, which is DSS forward 4 and DSS forward 1, they will both wall splat. So yeah. Wait a second. I think I can do That's 93. That's pretty good. Anyways, so yeah, Legend Kick, really good. If you manage to wall slide with it, you are in, it's basically your Christmas, because you get so much free damage. But Legend Kick randomly in the middle of the screen doesn't really have its uses. It's good for punishing raw tags. It's basically better. It's a good option for punishing raw tags or anything of the sort, because of how far it goes out. Especially good if they're trying to raw tag at the wall or something, because then you get that wall splat. Wait a second, oh, he needs to site that. Oh, it's still guaranteed anyway, so 107. That's pretty good. Okay, so yeah, I mean, it's kind of obvious though what he's gonna do out of this. Because if he's far away, like Law's far away, and then he's gonna do DSS forward 4 afterwards, there's nothing he can do that makes DSS threatening all the way out here. So they could duck it, they could sidestep it, they can do whatever they want, because this is a high. So it's not good if they duck it. It's the same thing with DSS, because if you do forward 4, 4, 3, 4, then DSS 1, and that, because the first hit is a high, 13 frame high, people will instinctively duck against DSS cancels. So what you can do with that is forward 1. Which doesn't have as much good mech as 1 forward 1, but it does stop them from ducking against DSS. Which makes it a pseudo 50-50. Either get hit by that, or get hit by this, and get put into another 50-50, because not a lot of people can deal with this. And it is hard to kind of react to the Legend Kick as opposed to the forward 1. It's possible, but it's hard. Okay, so, what's this? Dragon Charge. Oh, okay, that's that. What's this? Oh, that's that. Okay. Cloud Gates. Okay, so, DSS 2. Good move. For some reason this move hits high. I wish it hit mid. It's basically a really fast version of forward 1+2. And it has knockback. Like a lot of knockback. And it makes him super safe. It's super safe, except for the fact that it's high. But you can't do anything about it because it knocks him far back, and Law kind of has to recover on his own. On regular hit, knocks him down, 27 pretty good damage. Regular hit, it's a launcher. Oops. There we go. I mean, I counter it's a launcher.
yeah, pretty good damage. Pretty good for catching people if they're trying to interrupt the SS because you get a free launcher.